Hey everyone, my name is Yogira Sikka. I am student of Center for Global Education at Chitkara University in collaboration with Deakin University, Australia. Today I am demonstrating my M4T1D, which is of SIT 315 programming paradigms. In this task, mainly given that we had to build a project. So I had built a project named Network Intrusion Detection System, or you can say it's at NIDS. And I had built this project using the different parallel computing techniques. So the main goal of this project is to compare how different implementation performs when the processing of a cybersecurity dataset will be given over there. So in simple words, you can say that the system reads the traffic data, applies clustering algorithms like k-means and dbscan over them, and then compare different versions as such as sequential, pthread, openmp, mpi, opencl, and hybrid approaches as well. So this is our task sheet. So now let's discuss what is given in the task sheet. So in this task we had to build a project that shows extra work beyond normal weekly tasks. So in this task we had to build a project scope, design, implementation, evaluation, project, and a high quality 10 minutes video which making right now. It also said that we had to show an end-to-end working project, provide exact compile and run commands, and include evidence of evaluation using the different workload sizes over him. So as per the mentioned high HD level, I'm opting for high HD level. So the project should be worked such as hybrid parallel work, load balancing methods in that, a stronger testing method as well. So for my project, I extend the basic idea into a complete system with it, like implement a multiple implementations, real MPI execution across two virtual Ubuntu machines, a live front-end dashboard, back-end API, per process workload monitoring, benchmark comparison, and a stress and evaluation support over there. So now let's open our UI which I had created for it. So this is my UI. So basically I had used some core algorithms layer, like firstly where I had implemented k-means and dbscan using different parallel programming approaches. You can see it over there. So second thing which I had done is here is the fast API backend which receives request from the front end and starts executable. So the third thing is the React front end dashboard which is currently seeing over here. So in this dashboard, I had let the user run experiment, monitor progress, and see logs, view per process workload, compare benchmark result. The important thing in it there that it is a static dashboard. When I run MPI mode, the backend automatically actually launches the compiled MPI program over the Ubuntu machines, and then they are running on the master and the worker and showing it on the UI with the help of API which I had built here. So basically, you know the difference between what is sequential and the parallel programming. So basically, before running this project, I will explain you that as well. So basically, sequential programs run one instruction flow at a time. Basically, it means, so if we had a large database, large data set, the processor could handle the work step by step. Like first step is completed now, then it will go to the second step, then to the third step. It will wait until the first step is stopped, or if any issue in the step one, it will stuck on the step one at that time. So this is simple and easy to debug, but it is when it comes for the large data set, it is very unuseful. So in the parallel programming, it divides the work into smaller parts and give each part to the multiple threads over there, so that each part is divided in the across the threads, processors, and devices over there. So in this we can reduce runtime because many of the data are processed at the same time in it. Like in my program, I had compared both the approaches. For example, sequential k-means, parallel, pthread, openmp, mpi, opencl, and similar for the dbscan as well. So now we had the different libraries in the particular parallel as well. Like for pthreads, we manually create and manage threads in the pthread. They give us more control, but it requires careful handling of the shared data over there. But instead, in the std thread, which is C++ threading library, the thread is similar, but interface is modern and C++ friendly over there. So after that, for openmp, we use compiler directives like programs to parallelize loop, and it is easier to use than the pthread because openmp handle many thread management details automatically over there. Then in the mpi or messing passing interface, the program runs as a multiple separate processes. These processes can run on the same machine as well as on the different machine as well. In project mpi run across two different machines which I had built earlier as well in my task, which is master and the worker. In the OpenCL, the idea run to computation using a device-oriented programming model. So in this model, OpenCL runs through the CPU-based OpenCL, but the structure is very useful for acceleration of the time. In the hybrid approach, I had combined multiple more than one technique, such as MPI with shared parallelism. This is important because real high performance often uses the multiple level of parallelism. So now I will show you the worker and master setup over there. So as you can see, this is my master machine. So using the help of hostname minus I command, I had taken the IPs of both. I had used two adapter here. First one is the NAT adapter, another one is the bridged adapter. So this is basically showing that I had made the setup using the SSH with the local host and SSH with the command on the terminal. So my terminal will be running here on the Mac OS. So it will make it easier to use it here and differently. So now let's move on to the other part. So as you can see, I had given made a host file in it, which I had given the slots to them so that they will be communicate with each other smoothly using the SSH command. So now let's move on to the backend. I will show you how my backend is working over there. So this is my backend made on the Swagger. So I am using this Swagger because I had already done it in the in my another unit, which is SIT 331, which is full stack development, in which I had tested our all the backend services over here. So as you can see here, our backend is working smoothly, but I will not show you the backend example because the video will get too long in it. So just I will show you the UI, that UI is running and taking the values from the backend, which will tell you that the backend is working smoothly and perfectly over there. So now let's move. So firstly let's run the sequential one. So as you can see, sequential is running smoothly and perfectly over here. As you can see, everything is given here. It is showing each and every process to show that which cluster is using, how much time is taking. Each and everything will be shown here as well. So this is our sequential program. So as you can see, everything will be shown here. So as you can see here, workers, I am using just one single processor over in the sequential, so there will be no issue in it. So we had another option for adding your own database or the own dataset here. So you can have multiple dataset, not only to the network, it will also detect other databases as well. So these are some other commands, so other libraries which we can use here. So now let's run with MPI, so you will get the better idea because there are 4 workers in it. So as you can see, it is completed successfully in this 4.06 seconds. So as you can see, everything here is the shown perfectly, like in the log you can see that every process has taken this time, solve these problems, detect this much of attack. So in this, each one is differentiated on the base of the time, rank, each and everything is shown here. So as you can see, it is also storing in our history as well. So it is showing that API is online, so that means our backend is working smoothly and perfectly. So now let's go to the benchmark and run all our implementation. It is also showing the cluster infrastructure over there, like master node, worker node, everything is given detailed over here. So now let's run all the parameters and all the files over there. So there are almost 18 implementation, 9 for K-means and 9 for DB scans. These include everything. So the benchmark system compares runtime detection rate and speed up as well, and also create a graph over that over it. So as you can see, graph is visually showing that how much time and how much speed up is given to each one of them. So as you can see, DB load balance is the fastest among them. So this is my research and this is my thing which I had done for it. Thank you. Have a nice day.